How's it going, guys? Peshcats here. We're taking a look at Game 6 from October 16th, Friday Night Weiss Schwarz. Finally getting around to finishing up the October 16th videos. So you can expect to see the October 23rd videos up on my channel soon. But for now, we're taking a look at the last game from October 16th. So on the left, we have Steven playing Attack on Titan. He's playing 3-color build. Courtney on the right is playing Terraformars red-yellow, and I think maybe green as well. I'm not 100% sure though. So she's going to start with a level 0 Suicider, and Steven is going to start his field with the level 0 Mikasa Runner, as well as a stock Suicider. So those Suiciders are going to basically cancel each other out, so they're not going to be able to get the value. Looks like he's going to play 2 Mikasa Runners. Interesting. That's a lot of cards to commit to the board at level 0. So he's going to start with the stock Suicider. Those are going to trade with each other. And the 2 Mikasa Runners are going to swing in for some damage as well. So first Mikasa Runner going to swing for 2, and he triggers a gold bar. He's going to add that to his hand. Second Mikasa, no soul trigger, going to deal 2. And looks like Courtney's going to be going to level 1 right now. So Steven having the 2 Mikasa Runners is pretty good. Courtney's level 1 game, her advantage engine is the oh god, what's her name? I don't know any Terraformars characters' names. The level 1 yellow combo, where when you reverse the opponent with the 2k1, you get to search your deck for 2 characters. That's the one that she just played. What's that character's name? I'm gonna look this up. Her name is Eva, and the fact that her climax combo requires reversing the opposing character is good for Steven. He can move his Mikasa Runner out of the way regardless of where the Eva is on the stage, as long as he can hit the mill. So I don't know which one he's doing first. He really should have specified. That could have mattered a lot. Wait, he's not moving it out of the way? Okay, maybe he's not aware of the climax combo. So cancels the first attack. Courtney's gonna use her Suicider here. Is she siding? Yeah, no. Okay, so she is fronting. So the Eva's climax combo with the 2k1 is that if she reverses a battle opponent, you can pay 1 stock and send one of your other characters to the waiting room and search your deck for any character with, is it transformation trait, I think? Or modification. You can search your deck for any character with a modification trait, as well as search your deck for the level 3 Adolf. And so what Courtney just did now is, by attacking with the Suicider first and using its ability to reverse the opponent's character, it basically mitigates the cost of having to sack one of your characters, because the Suicider was going to die anyway. So good play by Courtney there, taking advantage of the cost of the ability and effectively only having to pay 1 stock to search 2 characters. So good play there. And looks like the card that she's going to search for is that the Brainstormer? I think that's the Brainstormer, where you get to kill cost 0 characters. I think. Heart of the cards, help me please. Card was a rare, right? Okay. Anyways, going back to Steven's turn, he's now at 1-3. Looks like he has all of his necessary colors. It looked like he leveled a green card. He has a red and a yellow in his clock, so he's good to go. So he's going to start by playing a Petra Suicider, and then using that 1-0 red event, he gets to salvage a card from his waiting room and then discard a card. and then he gets to give a power buff to one of his characters until the end of the turn. And I think it's a 3k power buff, if I remember correctly. So right now I think the Petra Suicider is only 4,500, so not enough to get over the Eva, which has a 5,000 base. And the card that he salvaged is a level 1 Mikasa. When you play it, it gets +1 level and +1,000 power until the end of the turn, bringing it up to 5k. Okay, so that climax that he played is going to allow the Petra to get over the Eva. Courtney's going to cancel the first attack of the turn, and the second one is for 3. And she's going to cancel that as well. So taking 0 damage this turn. Now let me try and find out what that card was that she searched for with the Eva combo. Meanwhile, she's going to clock a red card that's going to allow her to play any card in her deck. Assuming she's only running red-green, which I think she is. Oh, that card's a double R? I think she did search the Brainstormer. Yeah, so the card that she searched for is a Global 500 to all modification characters. There it is, the one that she just played. And he has a Brainstorm, pay 1, and mill 4. And for each climax you hit, choose a cost 0 character in the opponent's front row and send it to waiting room. So it's a spammable Brainstorm that can be used to just kill characters on your opponent's field. Goes in for the attacks. The first one's for 2, that hits. The Eva attacks for 1, which also hits, and finally the Adolf. So this is where the Mikasa's effect would come into play. So when she's being attacked, he can pay 2 stock and send the Mikasa to the waiting room to play the 2/2 Mikasa as the new attack target. And the timing on Steven using the effect was actually incorrect. You're supposed to use the effect before the opponent triggers, because the timing is when this card is being front attacked. So the timing on that would be before the opponent triggers, but she triggered first. This is relevant if, like, let's say the opponent is playing wind triggers. Your opponent declares an attack, you pay the cost, you play the 2/2 Mikasa, and then they trigger a wind, and then your 2/2 Mikasa gets sent back to your hand. So that could have potentially been very relevant, but Courtney doesn't run wind triggers in this deck. She plays the 2k1 for the Eva combo, and she plays Gates for the 3/2 Akuri. But yeah, just a quick lesson for you guys watching. If you do play the 1/0 Mikasa, that you must use her ability to change into the 2/2 before your opponent triggers. I think that also might have been on Courtney as well. She should have asked if he wanted to use the ability before she triggered. That's what I do whenever I play a card like that. I do play level 1 to level 2 Sendai in my Kantai Collection deck, which has a similar effect. But anyways, back to the game. Steven's going to play another copy of the 1/0 Mikasa, the one that he just used to change into the level 2. And at the start of Courtney's attack phase, she can mill 1 card because her center character is a mill runner. Oh, it looks like he's deciding to play the stock Suicider instead. Okay. So, start of the attack phase, Courtney's going to mill 1 card for the runner. Just get some potential damage out of the way. I'm going to start the attacking with the 2/2 Mikasa, swinging for 2 damage. Courtney's going to take. And he's going to use the stock Suicider effect for the second attack, sending the mill runner to the stock. And finally, the Mikasa is side attacking for 1. He did trigger the level 3. And Courtney's going to be at 1-6, but she's going to use Adolf's Clock Encore, putting herself at level 2. Of course, leveling the red. Now, Courtney's Terraformars deck doesn't have much of a level 2 game. Actually, no, I think she might be running Joseph. It depends on how many climaxes are in her waiting room. A friend of mine, Alex, runs a 3-2 Joseph, which is a healer which can be played at level 2 if you have 6 or more climaxes in your waiting room. I don't know if Courtney plays it, though. She's going to play the level 0 Searcher from the trial deck. It's just a standard search ability. When it comes into play, you can pay 1 stock and discard 1 card to search your deck for any modification character and add it to your hand. So she's going to grab the level 3 Akari. And looks like she's getting pretty close to refresh. Is that 6 climaxes in the waiting room? If she has 6 climaxes in the waiting room, that will allow her to play her Joseph healer at level 2. But I didn't get a clear look at the climaxes she showed just now. Gonna play an Akari level support. So that card has a very interesting second ability. On top of being a level support, his other ability is at the start of the opponent's turn, you choose one of their characters, and that turn, the opponent cannot move that character. So it can potentially be very useful against something like a clock shooter. You can make it so you can like crash your character and then make it so that your opponent's clock shooter can't move and try to clock shot another character. Which I think is quite interesting. So, for example, going into Steven's turn right now, Courtney can make it so that the 2-2 Mikasa can't move, and she cannot try to kill any of her other characters, the Adolf or the Eva. And looking at Steven's hand size, he only has 2 cards in his hand, and we know what one of them is. One of them is the Mikasa 1-0 because he played it, but then he took it back, put it back into his hand. So that's one of the cards in his hand, and he has one other card that I don't know what it is. And he just drew a level 3 Levi, which he can't play yet. Unfortunate draw. He's gonna... Oh, no, not Levi. That was a level 3 Aaron. And he's just gonna clock that, try and draw into some cards that he can use. In terms of Courtney's field position, I think she should have swapped the level support and the Brainstormer. The Brainstormer has a global 500 effect, so she could have put that on the left side, and that would have given Eva an extra 500 boost, putting her at 6k. Slight error. I don't think it's punishable right now by Steven, but we'll see. Gonna draw the second card from his clock, and refresh damages a climax. That sucks. And I think he drew into a climax as well. So currently the power of Courtney's characters, she has the Eva at 5-5. It could have been 6k, but I don't know how relevant that will be. And then the Adolf Clock Encore in the center is at 7k. So Steven's going to reply with the 1-1 Sasha. Her effect is if you have 2 or more other core trait characters on your stage, she gets a 1500 buff and also gains Clock Encore. So a very good Clock Encore, only requiring 2 characters to get that effect. And she becomes a 7-5 with Clock Encore. Very good. And he's going to play the gold bar, just go for some DPS, but Courtney's going to cancel the first attack. And looks like that 500 buff could have been relevant here. It would have turned that Eva dying alone here, it would have turned it into a crash. They both would have been 6k. Courtney also going to lose her clock encore, and the Mikasa is going to be direct attacking for 4. And Courtney's going to take it, and that's going to put her at 3-1. So she can now start to play her Akari level 3 game. I think she might have kept a gate in her hand so that she can use the climax combo. Alright, let's take a look at what the play is here. She's got plenty of stock, so she can play plenty of level 3s right here. So she is going to clock. Maybe she plays 2 Akari healers right now. We know that she has at least one, because she searched for it earlier off of the level 0 blue card. So there's one Akari. He has 2 abilities. Well, he has 3 abilities, actually. Okay, so she is playing green. She is playing the Komachi clock shot. During the turn he comes into play if he reverses the opponent's character. I believe you can pay 1 stock and shoot to clock. And she has the full lineup of level 3s. She has her level 3 Akari healer, the level 3 Komachi clock shooter. Okay, I just checked the card. It's not pay 1 stock when you reverse opponent. It's when it comes into play, or no, during the turn it comes into play. If it reverses a battle opponent, you can discard a card to shoot to clock. And finally, she has the Adolf on the bottom. So he has a Musashi ability. If his attack gets cancelled, she can mill the top card of her deck and deal damage equal to the level of the milled card plus 1. But Steven's not going to cancel that attack, so that's just going to put him at 3-1. And Courtney has now equalized the damage. But she still has 2 attacks left to go, so let's see what's going to happen. The Akari, which she is currently attacking with, has a climax combo with the gate, pay 1 stock to burn 1, and she also gets to salvage a character from her waiting room. That's a very, very strong climax combo. And Akari has a not so relevant downside. When he gets reversed, if you do not have enough characters on your stage, then he sends himself to clock. And finally, we're going to have the Komachi here. Now, what is the best move here? Does she want to front attack for 3 and get a clock shot? Or does she want to side attack for 2? Looks like she's going to front. So if he cancels on 3... Oh, no, okay. So Courtney's going to take the game right here. I think he just took, like, a bunch of damage in a row. How much did he take? 3 from Adolf, 4 from Akari, 3 from Komachi, 10 straight damage clean. So, an unfortunate endgame there for Steven.